ahead and get started now. So welcome to the LU Crew student panel session for the day. Um, I will be your main host today. Once again, my name is Bailey Smith. And in just a few moments, I'm going to give each of the students a chance to introduce themselves and kind of answer some questions. They're really excited to share with you all their experiences that they've had here at Lamar. Each of them is a part of our LU crew, which means that they work for the Welcome Center of the university, where they give tours to prospective students, they get to answer phones, and they just get to share why they love Lamar University every day. We do want to let everyone know that we are recording this session, so please, please note that we are wanting to be able to share this student panel with other prospective students so that they can get a chance to kind of look at and see what it is to be a Lamar University student as well. We also want to have you ask any of your questions. We want this to be really led by you guys and what your questions are. So the way to ask questions is down at the bottom of your screen in the toolbar. There's a chat feature. Click the chat and you just type your question in at any time. The questions are only going to go to me as the host. So, ask all the questions that you have and then we will answer them here shortly. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just let the students introduce themselves, and we'll start with you, Abigail, and then we'll just go each one of you to introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Abigail. I'm a senior here at Lamar. I'm a family studies major, and I live here in Beaumont, but I was born and raised in Tennessee and moved this way about 3 years ago.
Awesome. We can go ahead and Jaslyn.
Hi, I'm Jaslyn. I'm a sophomore at Lamar University. I'm a mechanical engineering student, and I'm from Lake Jackson, Texas.
Awesome. Matthew?
Hi, I'm Matthew, and I'm a junior biology major here at Lamar, and I am from Beaumont.
Awesome. Your mute's on, Tatum.
Awkward. Hi, I'm Tatum Kieschnick. I'm an applied arts and sciences major, and I'm a senior, and I'm from Nederland, Texas.
Well, thank you all for joining us. We're excited to be able to kind of hear what your experiences have been like. I have a few questions, and I'm just going to kind of ask those to you guys. So we're going to start with you, Matthew. Why did you choose your major?
I chose my major because I felt I was really interesting to me. Like, whenever I was in like high school and stuff, the only classes that would really interest me were like the science classes and everything. I never really was into history or like math and everything like that. And when I like realized what I wanted to do, I wanted to pursue clinical trials and drug research, and I knew biology was just the best route for me.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. The next question that we have is, what has been your best experience while at Lamar University? And that question's for Abigail.
Okay, so I have a lot of good experiences here. One of my favorite ones was I took chemistry last spring. Chemistry is just one of those classes that I love to not love. And so I had a 9 a.m. final, which nobody wants a 9 a.m. final for chemistry, but our teacher knew that and he was trying to like make our day. And so he had the printed out stack of finals in one hand and he had Chips Ahoy cookies in the other. So he was going around passing out the final and he was like, take a cookie, take a final. Take a cookie, take a final. So for the first like 15 minutes of the final, all you heard is everybody munching on their Chips Ahoy cookies. And that just made my day because I truly think it's the cookie that helped me pass that final. So that was my favorite experience here.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Tatum, why did you choose Lamar University?
I chose Lamar because I was originally a nursing student, and so I knew that we had an amazing nursing program here at Lamar University. I'm obviously changed my major now because I want to be a chiropractor, but another thing that really impressed me about Lamar was whenever I came to visit campus, I felt at home. I felt like this is a place I could be comfortable at, and we had a very nice campus, and the dorms definitely won me over. We have one of the nicest dorms I've ever seen on a college campus, especially for freshmen. So I'd say those are two pretty big deciding factors, and just how you have small class sizes and all that good stuff.
Awesome. And Jaslyn, what is your plan once you graduate?
Once I graduate, my plan is to, of course, get a job. um, get a job, hopefully a job that sends me far away. I want to go out of the country and work for a couple years and then come back. If not, then get a job, get a house, hopefully be successful, invent something. Those are my plans after college.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it sounds like you guys have had some great experiences here, and just being able to share that is really awesome. So we thank you for that. Now I'm just going to let the students just kind of ask any questions that you guys have. Put those in the chat form, and I will be, asking the students those questions. We'll go ahead and just start that with what is your favorite building on campus and why? And you can all answer, and just whoever wants to go first.
Okay. I live off coffee and cheese danishes, and so in our library on campus we have a Starbucks, and they also have computer labs in there. So I'll go in and use the computers, print off like my PowerPoints for the week or whatever, and then while I'm conveniently there, slip on by and get a cheese Danish and coffee to go and work on my PowerPoint projects.
I think we can all say that coffee definitely helps.
My favorite building is probably the Setzer Student Center because it just got renovated in 2017. It was completed. And so after that renovation, we were able to gain a Panda Express, a Chick-fil-A, and a Jason's Deli inside of our Setzer Student Center. So those are all three really good places to eat. And that's just kind of like your hub for where you go between classes. That's like where you walk through just if you have extra time so you can see your friends and kind of sit and hang out with your friends. There's also a bunch of study rooms and study spaces. And so it's just a really fun place and relaxing place to be.
My favorite building on campus is the Science and Technology building, which is our newest building on campus. It's mainly for engineers, but what a lot of people don't know is the study rooms that are in that building are actually open 24 hours a day. So if you have to study for like an important exam or something, you're not going to get kicked out. And there's a little snack bar downstairs, so I like to go down there multiple times while I'm there and get a lot of snacks, honestly.
Mine would definitely be the SciTech building, the library, and the rec center. I also like the Setzer Center too. I like all of campus. But I really like the rec center, especially like when I have time. Our equipment, all of our gym equipment is pretty new. They just got it when Harvey happened. So we have a huge gym with an upstairs as well. I also really love all the workout classes that they offer. Originally, I thought it was led by a student, but it's actually not. It's led by, a professional instructor, and they're really, really good. The yoga instructor is really nice, and the cycling is super hard and fun. So whenever I have extra time, I love to be in the rec.
Awesome. One of our questions is, what are some good clubs or organizations, communities to join? Is there things to do to join?
Oh yeah, we have over 200 student organizations. I personally joined a sorority on campus, so I am part of Greek Life, and I've loved it. I've been in it for 4 years, and that's where I've made all my friends. We also have different organizations for literally all types of people. Like we have chess club, we have a skateboarding club. One of our friends is actually trying to build a club as we speak for race cars, I believe. Mm-hmm. And so there's literally something for everyone. If you're someone who's into sports, you can always join intramurals, which I also love to do. We have all kinds of intramural games that you can play. But I definitely recommend getting involved because that's what's going to make or break your college career no matter where you go. Being involved is how you meet your friends and how you get out of your dorm room, and you have fun stuff to do over the weekends. And so that's my advice.
Anybody else want to add to that of what organizations there are and things to do on campus? No? Okay. So I know, Jaslyn, you kind of told us what your plan is after you graduate, but for those of you that are seniors, what is your plan for after you graduate? And do you think Lamar University has prepared you for that next step once you graduate?
So I mentioned before that I used to be a nursing student, and I changed my major actually this semester, the semester that I graduate, to applied arts and sciences because I plan on going to chiropractic school starting in the fall. And I do believe that Lamar has prepared me for my continued education. And after I graduate from doctorate school, I believe that I'll be prepared to actually work because all the classes that I have taken have taught me more than just like the academic stuff. They've taught me how to be professional, how to interact with other medical professionals, and just how to maintain a strong front whenever you have adversity thrown your way. So I definitely think that I'm going to be ready for no matter like what life throws at me.
That's awesome. And Abigail, I saw that you wanted to speak as well.
She beat me to it. No. Okay. So with my major, as of now, when I graduate, I plan on, I have a lot of veterans in my family, and I plan on kind of plugging in and working with veterans in a couple different ways. And I feel like Lamar really has helped me kind of get prepared for that, because my advisors, like, it's not like you go in and they're like, this is what you're taking, and you have to take this, and you have to, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I can go in and talk to my advisor and say, hey, I kind of really like this. I think this could help me, or like, hey, I don't really know what I should take here. And she's not just looking at like a list of, well, you're going to take these 6 things. She's like, okay, well, we typically take these 6 things, but you're kind of wanting to go this route, so maybe this would benefit you more. And so, because she kind of knows like where I want to go with stuff and what I want to do. And so I feel like Lamar, like, you have that flexibility where within the guidelines of the degree plans and the course plans and everything, like, your advisors will work with you and your teachers will work with you to kind of like, I've been able to finesse my degree plan a little bit to more what suits me than just the, by the book, how it is. And so you can't get that at every school. And so I think that's a really good thing that we offer.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both for sharing that information. And it's good to hear that, for you guys that are seniors. And then it's good to hear probably for, Jaslyn and Matthew, for you're not quite there yet, but you're going to be there sooner than you think. And so to hear that, you have things to look forward to and everything. So thanks for sharing that. Another question is, do any of you live on campus? And if you do live on campus, why did you choose to live on campus? What's your experience been living on campus?
I think I'm the only one here that lives on campus.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I chose to live on campus. Of course, I'm from Lake Jackson, so that's about 2 hours away. So I have to live on campus. I also did get a scholarship to live on campus. So they pay for my housing. But I think even if I didn't get that scholarship, I would still be living on campus just because, like Tatum mentioned earlier, we do have some of the nicest dorms. They are apartment style, which you don't see at a lot of universities, where we have a little living room, and then we each have our own bedrooms, a full closet, a desk. The only thing we share is like the actual bathroom, the toilet, and the shower, but we each have our own like vanity area, medicine cabinets, and everything. I think everything's pretty much taken care of at the dorms. So basically, if a light bulb goes out or something, you just email somebody and they come within that day or the next few days, depending on how urgent it is, and they'll come and fix it for you. You don't have to worry about it. Trash, you take it and you throw it right downstairs, and then someone from there goes and takes it. Your laundry. So we have laundry rooms there. We don't have to go off campus or pay anything. You just bring your detergent, do your laundry. So everything's pretty easy. I also really like being on campus. So, I can wake up 30 minutes before class and make it to class, or 15 minutes before class, or if you're running late or anything like that, as well as, all my resources are there. I'm really close to work. I can walk to work if I want to. I can walk to the SciTech building if I want to, go to the library, and it just kind of helps me out a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think we have about, we have 5 resident halls that can hold about 2,500 students. And we have, quite a few students who choose to live on campus. And we just did a remodel not too long ago and renovated each one of the resident halls as well. So they're all newly renovated, which makes it really nice, to know that the resident hall, they care about where you're living and how you feel comfortable, because this is your home and we want you to, feel like it is your home and to be able to call it home. So another question that we had come in is, Tatum, you mentioned intramural sports. Can you kind of expand on that and explain what that is?
Yeah, so intramural sports is like a step down of like the university sports, like where you would be on the LU baseball team or LU soccer team. Like intramurals is a fun version of that. So you still form a team. It's much more laid back than real sports. Like you don't have practices. It's just like, for example, I'm in my sorority, like I mentioned before. So like we used to have an intramural chair who would get teams together of us and another organization or just us. And we would pick what sports we want to play. So like we have volleyball, we have 6-on-6 volleyball and 4-on-4 volleyball. We have basketball, table tennis, dodgeball, kickball, flag football. I'm probably leaving a couple out, but we have a bunch to choose from. Like we even used to have intramural battleship, which I'm not sure how it was played, but it involved canoes and the indoor pool. So never got to play it, but it sounds interesting. So intramurals is definitely a really fun thing to do. And if you don't have like an organization that you're already a part of, you can like sign up as a free agent for whatever sports you want to play. And if there's any teams that are like starting to form, they can pick you up and you can join a team like that. So
Awesome.
I hope that answered the questions.
Yeah, it did. Good job. So can somebody talk about like what on-campus jobs there are and like how you were able to get an on-campus job?
I'll talk about that. So on campus, we obviously have what we do here at the LU Crew. We answer phones for the university, and we also give campus tours. So if you ever come in for a campus tour, it might be one of us four that shows you around the whole campus. I know a lot of people work in the rec, like signing people in and cleaning up around there. Some people, there's plenty of jobs in the library. And on campus in our business building, our College of Business,
Mhm.
we have a career center which helps find jobs on campus, and they can even help you put together resumes and put together mock interviews to help you practice for that big interview that you might be preparing for and stressing
Mhm.
over.
Mhm.
And they just do anything they can to help you succeed, really.
That's awesome. And kind of piggybacking off of that, because you talked about the Career and Testing Center, what other resources are there available for students? And I mean, that can be anything that y'all want to share, but just other resources that the campus has that you think would be beneficial for students to know.
So if you're in like one of your undergraduate classes or even some of your, your prerequisite classes or even like your departmental classes, we have a student tutoring and retention services program, or the STARS program for short, where there's a student who has taken that class that you're struggling in before, and they have made a B or higher. So now they're a tutor for that class, and Lamar University pays those students, so you don't have to. So like say I'm struggling in college algebra, so I go to the STARS program and I'm like, hey, I really need help in this. They'll find me a tutor who is, again, like made a B or higher in that class. And that student will either teach me the material over again, or give me like practice problems, or just kind of teach it to me in a new way, because maybe I'm not understanding like what the teacher meant whenever they were teaching it. So definitely utilize that. Also, that's kind of part of the same department, but not really. We have our writing center. So if you're like me and you hate writing papers, or you're just not good at it, like formatting wise,
Mhm.
you can go to our writing center and they actually revise and edit your papers. And like whenever I was in high school, they taught me MLA formatting, but in college, like especially in the nursing program, you have to use APA formatting. And I had no idea how to use that. So the writing center is very good with that, and they can help you make sure you're not getting points off for silly stuff that you could have just gotten help on. So.
Awesome. Jaslyn, I saw you wanted to speak. Were you going to talk about the tutoring center or something else?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the tutoring center, and also we have, why can I not remember what they're called? But in the student success center in the office, they also have, I did it my first semester, and basically I would meet up with like a mentor. You could pick like once a week, every 2 weeks, however you wanted, for however long you wanted.
Mhm.
And basically she sat down, because I wasn't a studier, I didn't know how to study for anything before college. So she sat down with me and we worked on time management. We worked on, how to be more detailed with my work. Also like mental health wise too, how to be positive about my classes,
Mhm.
how to get like a good amount of sleep, how to eat well while studying, and really went down to whatever I needed to benefit me. And so that was very, very helpful for me.
Awesome. And that is located in the communication building, correct? Like the actual office is what you're talking about?
Yeah, the office is located in the communications building, as well as when you're gonna go meet up with the mentor in there too.
Okay, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
we
that's
also
cool.
have our sorry.
No, go ahead.
We also have our disability resource center that's very important to know about, because if you have any problems at all, like physically, mentally, emotionally, like the DRC is there to help you and help like um, kind of communicate with the teacher, so you don't have to go around and tell your teacher like your business. So basically what you do is you go to the DRC, set up an appointment, and you all kind of work together to come up with a plan of like what accommodations you might need for class. So whether that be a note taker or extra time on your test, or to take your test like in the actual disability resource center for testing anxiety or whatever it may be. The DRC actually sends an email out to all of your professors, and so all that they tell your professors is that these are your accommodations, and basically that they have to do them. So your professors do not know anything about you or like why you're getting these accommodations, and they're just amazing people to work with. So if you have anything, for sure go visit them.
And
Yeah.
jumping on that with what Tatum said, something that's cool about that is that you don't like have to go back to them every semester. Like you don't have to go back every semester, every teacher, everything is like they put it more or less like in your file, and so like it follows through your career at Lamar, and so you don't have to like do that every semester, because like I have friends that have utilized it, and it's nice that like you do it once and then it's there, and you don't have to be like, oh, I'm 2 weeks into the semester and I forgot and I did this or that. Like it automatically goes out and they talk to your teachers for you.
That's awesome. Really awesome. Um, so we just have a few more minutes here. And I'm just going to give each of you a chance to kind of share one story or something cool that happened while you were on campus, or, just take this time to just kind of share really whatever you want to share about Lamar and your experiences. You can take a minute to think about it. I know that's a hard one.
I just think something, I don't know if this is like what you're asking or not, but for me, I've just loved that I tend to be like a hermit and like stay in. And I feel like with Lamar, like working on campus, having classes on campus, like all of my coworkers, like I've become friends with everybody, and everybody in my class, like they are small enough class sizes that you kind of like go with the same people like up through the majority of your degree plan. Like when you get higher, especially being a senior now, like I've been taking classes with the same people for multiple semesters now, and like we're down to like 10, 12 people in some of these classes, and it's cool because it's like for me, like I get to like meet these people and socialize, and then like I'll meet friends from class to go to like the football games, or go to different little events on campus. And so I just think it's not one specific thing, but just in general, Lamar's cool because it really is, even for like class A hermit, it's easy to get plugged in and be able to socialize and hang out and make friends with people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
I guess to kind of add on to what she was saying, I think like the greatest memories that I've had have honestly been in this year, and kind of even like in this job. Like when I first started working for the LU crew, I kind of just looked at it. Well, I didn't look at it as just money, but I was kind of like wary going into it. But when I started working, I realized that it was really nice to like be involved and like have fun coworkers to talk to every day and make friends with everyone that I work with. Like there's not one person in the office that we work in that I don't enjoy their company. I enjoy everyone's company. And I guess just like my advice would be to just get involved on campus, like no matter what it is. Like it doesn't have to be working in an office, or it doesn't have to be working somewhere on campus. You can just get involved in like a club or an organization and just get out there and like make friends, like
Yeah.
my first few years of college, I didn't really do that. I didn't really get involved in any organizations, but now that I like am involved on campus, it's a lot more fun to wake up and go to school. Like I look forward to it more than I did previously.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, so bouncing off of both of them, when I first came to Lamar in 2018, I didn't know anybody in the area, like not a single person. And now I feel like I walk on campus or go out, into town, and I know people all over. I like Tatum. I joined a sorority my first year. And so through there, I started meeting a lot of people. I made a lot of my best friends. And then recently, I have a couple months working with LU Crew, and it's been one of my favorite things to do on campus too. I really enjoy meeting prospective students, having kind of like that purpose on campus. It's very driven, like Matt said. When we go into the office, those people make you laugh. We help each other out. You learn so much more about Lamar and what goes on behind the scenes, and then helping students really, reach their goals and get involved and, apply and come to Lamar and, really make something of themselves. So I think, yeah, getting involved at Lamar has meant a lot to me, meeting a lot of people. I think almost every single person I've met at Lamar has just been an amazing person, and just has like filled me up with energy. And so I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing too.
Yeah, I basically agree with all three of them. So Jaslyn wasn't from the area, and so she didn't know anybody. I'm the exact opposite. Like, my house is 7 minutes away from Lamar, and so I knew literally everyone here. And so I was kind of like, well, I want to get involved with people who, like, I don't already know. So that's kind of what led me into joining our sorority. But since they've already hit on all that, I'd like to talk about, like, what Lamar has actually done that I find really good or, like, interesting. And so like, whenever I came to Lamar, this is about to show my age, but we had something called the Big Red Week of Welcome. We still do it, but whenever I came, one of the events, Big Red Week of Welcome is like the first week of school. Like, you move into the dorms, and then there's like that whole first week is like just all kinds of fun stuff that they have on campus that basically is ways for you to get to know other students on campus and other freshmen. And so one of the events that they had was at our outdoor pool. So they had everyone go to the pool, not everyone, but if you wanted to go to the pool, and then they had this huge inflatable TV screen, and they were playing Finding Dory because it had like literally just come out. Again, I'm showing my age, but that was really cool. They had all kinds of events like that. Like, they have drag show fundraisers sometimes for different organizations. I remember one spring, it was like midterm time, and they had like a big festival on campus. So like literally had a Ferris wheel and just like a petting zoo, and they had crawfish that you can go eat. And they just always have fun stuff like that. And they have therapy dogs that they bring into the library. So while you're studying, you can just go and cuddle some puppies and then get back to studying. And they always have something to help you get kind of relax and take your mind off of grades for a little bit, like, so you can just kind of have a breather. So I really like that too.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing. One of my favorite statements that I've gotten feedback from is there's always something going on at Lamar, and so I think that kind of just shows the amount that we want students to get involved in, that we encourage that. So we just have a few minutes here before the session ends, and the last thing I want you guys to do is, if you have any other questions, or if you want to be reached out by myself or anybody, please go ahead and put your email and your first and last name in the chat and put that in there if you haven't already given that information yet, and we will reach out to you, and then if we can start that line of communication. And so if you have questions, you can get those answered. So go ahead and do that. And then the last thing I want you guys to share to the students is, put yourselves back into, you are a senior in high school, you're about to graduate, and you're about to go to college for the first time. Put yourself back there and give them like one sentence of advice, one tip that you would like to share with them as they're going into their first semester of college.
I would definitely say enjoy your first 2 years of college. Like, look forward to that and get involved, because once you're a junior and senior, you don't have as much time to enjoy the things that you have time for as your freshman and sophomore year. So definitely like sit back and relax and like enjoy it.
Awesome.
This is a random bit of advice, but for some reason, I don't know if it's like this in high school everywhere, but in college, wherever you sit that first day of class, that is where you are sitting the whole semester. So don't sit in the back, don't sit in the very far row, sit in the second row, off to the right a little bit or off to the left a little. Like, pick a good seat, because that first day of class, like, that's where you're gonna be sitting all semester. So keep that in mind all semester and all year and throughout your whole college career. Don't go sit in the very back, because you're not gonna get anything done.
Mine would be, don't be lazy. Those first 2 years, that first year for me was really the one that was kind of slow and easy, but don't get lazy. Create those study habits, get involved, stay positive, and work hard.
Awesome.
Yeah, to kind of go off that, even if you didn't study in high school, because I didn't have to study much in high school, develop study habits and study often, because those first few classes, they might sound easy, but they'll kick your butt for sure if you get behind. You just got to keep up with everything.
Awesome. And I think it's to be noted that the resources that we have at Lamar can help you be successful in that area. So if you aren't sure how to study, like Jaslyn said, if you aren't sure how to do that, then reach out to those different organizations and resources that we have on campus to get help with that. We thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Tatum, Matthew, Abigail, and Jaslyn, for sharing your experiences and just being here and telling us, why you love Lamar and everything. And good luck to all of you on your future endeavors. And we hope to see everybody that's here. We hope to see you as a future Cardinal. And we hope you have a great Cardinal day.